Hello, Jayden. My name is Star, and I like that you mentioned Walk on Water had a lot of personal growth, as did Hula Girls. Because even though that was very apparent, I think it didn't really I don't think it. I probably mentioned it, but I don't think it clearly spoke to me as a main theme in the movie. Um, because there is a lot of personal growth in Walk on Water and Hula Girls. With the main characters and even the side characters, there's a lot of growth for them too, more so in Hula Girls. Um, but yeah, that was so thank you for mentioning that because I think that Al in Walk on Water, he definitely you could see the journey of him growing and what he was how he was kind of suffering towards the end of you know his morals and his identity really. Because he obviously he was a bad guy in a sense, but he wasn't a terrible guy, but he still had values and morals despite the fact that he was a killer, a trained assassin. So it's kind of an oxymoron, but I mean, he was, I don't know if he was only killing not older Nazis, but regardless. Um and when you mentioned Walk on Water, the kind of religious meaning behind it, I kind of forgot that it did relate to that. And it's if you were to see someone walk on water, right, it would seem very godly and very ethereal. And I think that it's very intuitive what you said, how basically pertaining to that phrase, he is he's deciding in the movie whether to kind of keep treading in the water, or to let go, and that relates to his personal growth journey with his identity. Does he hang on to certain things, or does he just kind of let go and move forward, right, move past. um yeah. And for Hula Girls, you mentioned how society was society was or I guess the culture was different in the village in Hula Girls at the time. um and societal change happens fast, right, in the movie. um and obviously I don't think that in real life it would ever happen that fast. People can change, but I don't think they change at a rate at which movies um make them change, right? Not saying that you said that, but I think that it made me think of that and how if only, the real world could change that fast. I mean, maybe in a small town it would. So that, but I wouldn't know because I've never had that small town, growing up experience. But I mean, it could happen. And that made me think also of the guy in Hula Girls. He was an older guy. I think like he was there with the teacher a lot of the times, and with them on the bus, and when they went to that little tour. I forgot his name, but he had in the beginning of the movie and then towards the end, he had a jacket, a tan jacket, and then underneath his jacket he had a Hawaiian shirt. And I think that was super funny to me, just at the end he kind of shows it again. He was always there for the adventure and the risk of putting a Hawaiian center in their community. And I think that his view on it was interesting yet funny, because he he was kind of, I guess, giving into the more Western vibe, I guess, by wearing the Hawaiian shirt. He was he was ready for it, right? He was ready for new experience and change. And I think that that's something that I see in the real world. In my everyday life, there'll be certain I'll see it on social media, or I'll hear about it, or like I'll hear a story about someone like at my mom's work. But I think that it's basically what I'm saying is like people in in real life, um some people, there's certain people that like don't care to explain, like, or don't care to really get into like the societal or like deeper issues um of certain changes, right? Like the guy in the Hawaiian shirt, like he didn't care like that it was like, hula, that it was bad, and that he didn't care that it was like not what they knew, like he that it wasn't something related to mining. Like he was ready for, like, he wasn't like thinking about the like more serious aspects of it. He was just going with the flow kind of, and like ready to help out, I guess, in whatever way possible. Like I saw him wearing his shirt as like him saying like, I'm ready to help out, like I'll do what you need me to do for the town, essentially, right? Like, and I think that I've seen a lot of people who who are like that, and I don't know if it's like, lack of like um knowledge, or lack of like wanting to get into, you know um like serious issues. But whatever it is, basically my point is like that. What you said reminded me of that, and that guy reminded me of people that I'll see in real life. And usually it's not like on media, not people that like I know, where they're so open to like anything that it's not really a matter of like, oh, like what about this or this. It's just a matter of like being kind to one another, and like as long as you're not hurting anyone, which, the hula dancers weren't hurting anyone by doing what they were doing. They were, like, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're just being a kind person, like, really, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so thank you for watching.